In the previous session, we spoke about control statements, and we saw two types of control statements. We saw the selection statements and the looping statements, right? And today, in this session, we are going to see what selection statements are all about. And under selection statements, we have if, else if, nested if, and of course another special selection statement called the switch case. So let's go in detail. These are selection statements wherein it checks for a condition and a set of statements will be executed if the condition is true, or another set of conditions will be executed if the said condition is false. The if statement, it's as good as the if that you use in your English language. You say, if I had been a doctor, I would have found a cure for cancer. So the if is a condition. If I had been a doctor, then the condition is I would have cured cancer is one statement block. But if I am not a doctor, what then? I have turned out to be an engineer. I am a Java programmer, right? So it's as good as English language. You give the if just to test a condition. If the condition is true, it will just go to a statement block. If your condition is not true, it will naturally go to the next statement, and this is called the if statement. The if else statement, it has two parts. That is, if a test condition is true, then it will go to a statement block, or if the condition is false, it will go to the next block, which is the else block. It's as good as saying, if I had been a doctor, I would have cured cancer. Else, I would have been an engineer and I would have written good Java programs. Or, if these two are not there, I must simply go to the next statement in life. That's it. This is an else if block wherein you test a condition under if. If the condition is true, it goes to a statement block, or if it is false, it will go to another block called the else if condition. That is, the else and if are both put together and it checks for the condition 2. If that condition is true, it goes to statement block 2, and if not, it goes to another else if. So it just goes on and on till such time it executes the last statement which comes after just an else, where there is no if statement. So the last statement would be an else statement. If none of these if else blocks are being fulfilled, then naturally the program goes to the next block or the next statement. Nested if, I think you might have done in your Excel most of the programs or any of the small things that you might have come across. But this nested if is something that you use when you check for a condition. If that condition is false, naturally it will go to the next if condition. If that is false, it will go to the next if condition, and if all the if conditions are false, then naturally it will go to the next statement, or it could be an else statement also, like an if else statement, which we'll see in the next slide. So you have two forms. You have an if expression, a statement, and once again another if expression and a statement. It just goes on and on. Then naturally it just goes to another or the next statement or a block of statement. Whereas in form 2, if you see, there are a lot of if statements, and for each if statement you can see that there is an else part. So it will either go to the else part, and if the else is also false, then naturally it will go to the last statement. The switch case, you might have come across a lot of options when you fill a form. It might ask whether you are a male or a female. If you are a male, then it will go to one particular block to say what if you are a male. If you are a female, it will go to another block to say what if it's a female. These kind of actions you have done, like say for example when you go into choosing a program, you might want to study Java. If you want to study Java, you click on Java, then it goes to the Java part, wherein you will have an introduction to Java and they'll talk to you about Java. Or if you have chosen C#, then you'll go to the C# block. Or if you've chosen Oracle, it will have gone to the Oracle block. This is what happens in a switch case. What you see on the screen is the syntax of a switch case statement. The switch case statement are little blocks of code that are written as case. So in the screen you can see there is a case value 1 to value n, and there is a default statement. So if the menu from 1 to n is not chosen, if something else is chosen, then it will go on to the default statement. But if a value 1 is chosen, then that statement block gets executed, the program breaks, and after that it goes out of the switch case loop and it goes to the next statement. So in this session we saw what the selection statements are all about, especially the if else, else if, nested if, and of course the switch case statements. We'll see more on control statements in the next session. So till such time, it's bye for now and thank you.